Today I'm doing a spark plug replacement for a 2017 Acura MDX V6. So here you can see the front three spark plugs, and then if you look on the back side, you can see the back three. These are a lot harder to get to, but if you use two 3-inch ratchet extensions, you'll be able to get to them no problem. Once you remove all of the plastic covers covering up the engine, you'll be able to remove the ignition coils. This is just a 10mm. Make sure you don't lose that bolt. And then to get them actually disconnected from the spark plug, you're going to push on the top portion of the ignition coil closest to the cord. This took me quite a while to figure out. Once you have the ignition coil disconnected, you can just slide it on out, and then you'll want to inspect it really thoroughly for any cracks or anything. Here's that disconnect. As long as there's no cracks in these, you can reuse them. They're like 60 bucks each, and I really didn't feel the need to replace them since they're all in good enough working condition. Once you have inspected to make sure there's no damage, you're going to actually remove the spark plug. This does take a specific wrench socket that you'll want to use. You'll want to use two 3-inch extensions rather than a 6-inch extension. And then on the second spark plug, the one in the middle on the front side, you will have to remove a cover for the radiator fan, and that's just two Phillips screws. This is the first spark plug coming out. The trick to putting in the new spark plugs is once you put them in there, you're going to want to twist them counterclockwise like you're unthreading them until you feel the threads click in, and then you're going to want to hand tighten them 5 or 6 full revolutions clockwise until you start to feel the threads and the gasket collapse. Once you completed all 5 or 6 revolutions with your hand, you want to break out your torque wrench. I torque these to 18 foot-pounds, and then I'll come back in a couple weeks and make sure they're still at 18 foot-pounds. I don't use any Loctite or anything like that, but I do put grease on the boots. This will make sure that when I go to replace them next time, the ignition coil isn't stuck to the actual spark plug. Then you want to reconnect the 10mm for the ignition coil and reconnect the actual adapter there. And then you're done with that one spark plug. You got 5 more to go. Here I am removing the 2 screws that hold up the radiator fan that I mentioned previously. One thing I forgot to mention was you'll probably want to buy a mirror so you can see those back 3 spark plugs. That really came in clutch when I was completing those and make sure I got all the right bolts off.